With breaking news on the eve of this Super Tuesday, the U.S. Supreme Court has issued a ruling that puts former President Trump back on the ballot in Colorado and Maine. Good afternoon to you. I'm Jeff Hogan.
And I'm Renee Chu. Donald Trump already called this a big win in a social media post. He's set to speak about the ruling any moment. We will monitor Trump's remarks in the WRAL Live Center and keep you posted throughout the hour as we take a live look at where he is set to speak at Mar-a-Lago. Alice Barr takes a look at the 20-page Supreme Court decision and what this ruling means big picture-wise.
The Supreme Court ruled quickly today in a case that has huge implications for the upcoming election. The judges deciding unanimously that states cannot kick former President Trump off of their ballots. This reverses a Colorado Supreme Court decision where those state Supreme Court justices had said the former president should be off the ballot on grounds that he engaged in insurrection for his actions leading up to January 6th. And this all stemmed from the Constitution's 14th Amendment, a provision there. But essentially, the U.S. Supreme Court has now ruled the lower court had wrongly assumed states can determine if a presidential candidate is ineligible. That makes it clear the high court believes that Congress, not states, have authority over how to use that 14th Amendment provision. There were a number of other similar challenges out there, but this ruling applies to all states. And it comes a day before Super Tuesday when voters in Colorado will head to the polls along with more than a dozen other states. Former President Trump celebrated the ruling on social media, calling it a big win for America. In Washington, I'm Alice Barr. Back to you.
And here in the WRAL Live Center, we are monitoring reaction from across the country about this ruling. Colorado Secretary of State posting to social media platform X, writing, "I am disappointed in the U.S. Supreme Court's decision stripping states of the authority to enforce Section 3 of the 14th Amendment for federal candidates. Colorado should be able to bar oath-breaking insurrections from our ballot." She posted that about 2 hours ago after that ruling came down. I am monitoring reaction. I have not heard anything from Maine Secretary of State yet. As soon as I do, I will let you know from the Live Center.
And this ruling comes less than 24 hours before North Carolina's primary election. But many people already cast their ballots in this state. Early voting wrapped up Saturday after 17 days. According to data released by the state, more than 9% of the state's eligible voters went to the polls during early voting or have submitted an absentee ballot. So that's more than 689,000 ballots. Less, though, than in 2020, when nearly 794,000 people went to vote early or voted absentee ahead of Election Day. Polls open tomorrow morning at 6:30 and they close 7:30 tomorrow night. WRAL Capitol Bureau Chief Laura Leslie is at a news conference organized by the State Board of Elections. She'll join us live at 12:30 with urgent reminders for voters.
More than a dozen staff members at a Carborough Middle School chose not to show up for work